Hey guys, how you doing? Dust in the Wind, the elusive fingerstyle, which has only one basic pattern of the right hand. But unfortunately, it's not an easy one, and it has variations by changing the level of the strings where you're doing that pattern, which makes it more difficult according to the chords you're changing. And we're also partially in some chords using the ring finger instead of the middle finger that we're learning the pattern. So that pattern does not apply throughout the whole song. So the easiest way to get started is not the pattern, is not the right hand, because doing the left hand as well may be confusing. But the chords are so simple and the intro is so simple, you will be surprised. Let's shape a C chord. If you're a beginner to attempt this and you want to learn the names of these simple chords, it has only a D7 there. D minor 7. You can just check online on Yahoo or Google what the chords I'm telling is about, and you'll figure out where they come. Now, to practice without the pattern and emulate a little bit the melody, you're going to pluck the middle bass and the middle tremble. That's the 5th string with your thumb, and with your middle badass finger right in the middle, the 2nd string. Hope you can see it. All right? And you're going to pluck together with that C chord. If you hear my bass sometimes muted, that's on purpose because sometimes I like the melody to sound louder. I just have the skin of my hand softly touching at the bottom of the bridge, and I get a more muted bass. Now, here's the little trick to memorize very easily what we do. Pluck the C chord, then lift up the index, place down on that 2nd string, 3rd fret, the pinky, and return back to the C chord. Half of the intro is gone. Next part, lift both fingers up, the index and the ring. Keep on that 4th string, the bottom bass, on the 2nd fret, your middle finger, and place the ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then pluck them together. Then put the pinky again on the 2nd string on the 3rd fret, and back on the 1st, and you're done with the intro, amazingly enough. So this little trick of index, pinky, just practice them a little bit like the way I'm showing right now, and you'll find it easy. Putting them together, let's go. Then together, and then C. This might be a little bit tricky because you're using that pinky again. I know some of you I hate it. So you're plucking open the strings with your A minor shape right here, the middle and the middle. That's from the bass and treble again. Then you lift all fingers up and you go with your middle finger of your left hand on the middle bass on the 2nd fret, and the pinky again goes as before on the 2nd string on the 3rd fret. And then one more time by shaping the C, and practice that by itself. Okay? Putting them together now with half of the pattern will be really fun, and then we'll just jump through the whole song of the melody and the chorus, and you're done. The right hand. So we're going to be plucking together the strings. So that's why we practice plucking together the strings. And then with your thumb, you're going to move to the bottom bass on the 4th string and play with your thumb. And then with your index finger, you're going to pluck the 3rd string up. So we have 2 together, 1 down, 1 down, meaning 1 down, 1 more string, 1 down, 1 more string. Tik-tuka, tik-tuka. Notice I'm muting my strings by softly touching because you want to practice and you don't want to, for, 20 minutes of practicing just listening to the melody, just percussive. Even when I put the whole pattern, that's how I practice. I just leave it and keep it going. Okay? Now, that's not all, because after we learn the 2nd part, we need to learn how to exchange through strings that pattern, and also using the ring finger in some specific chords. Let's try now the intro by doing half of the pattern, which again is this one. And that's the speed you need to practice, because the other part of the pattern, which is coming right now, I know you've been waiting for it, that's what's going to get us that timing. Okay, so practice a lot with half of the pattern and getting these changes going for you, especially at the end from the A minor to putting the pinky there. I know it's going to be a little bit of a hard move, and then back to the C. And the whole pattern goes like this. You're going to play as we showed, 2 together, thumb on the 4th, then index on the 3rd, and then we have something a little bit more weird, but it's 1 by 1 notes again. The middle bass, sorry for the background noise, then the 2nd string with the middle finger, then the bass, we finish as the first pattern, the bottom bass, the 4th string, and open. Now they decided to do work outside. I hope they're quiet. So putting them together would be middles together, singles on the 4th and 3rd, then bass, then middle, then the flow down of the 4th and the 3rd. Get this thing going slowly. Going back to this double repeat is what's going to be difficult, so it's going to be normal if you feel that. Yeah, I have to be shouting. Next time I'll do it with a microphone, but then it doesn't pick up the guitar. Now practice it slow for your intro. Do it with me. So after the C, we're moving to the previous shape we mentioned, and then an A minor. Notice something wrong here? Did you hear that E string? So that means the second part of the pattern I was talking about is, instead of plucking the beginning, where it's the only time where we pluck together, the middle bass and the 2nd string, we're going to be plugging with our pinky and then continue the pattern as it was. Yeah? I know it sounds a little bit difficult, but if you practice enough, you'll be able to get it. And I suggest you skip the intro when you practice this part and just go from here. Get used to this change. We play the pattern one more time on the A minor. Notice sometimes I might put a lift hammer on. Now then we move to the G. Here's an example where the bass 2 together is going to be on the top string on this. And you see there's a more jump into it on the G. That's what we need to know. And then we're going to bar with our index, the 1st and the 2nd string on the 1st fret, and with your middle finger on the 3rd string, and here on the 2nd fret, hope you can see it, we're going to move the pattern from the middle parts of the strings all down to the last 4 strings. So we're jumping 1 strings down the pattern with our fingers. Now we're going to go to that A minor. We, by the way, play it only once on the A minor, and here we need to also execute, move up the pattern and use that ring finger as we did before. And then we pluck together and start again. So we play that 2 times before we go to the chorus. Slowly goes like this without the intro, because I'm sure you've learned it by now. Nothing changes. Ring finger, basic pattern, G, changing, 2 times on the A minor, and then continue with your rest. Okay? Now, this beautiful part of a D chord is a beautiful chorus, which we're thinking like we're going to be thinking on the G chord, where we're going to be plucking. You hear my muted strings. This must be a joke. FYI, the bells were ringing for over 5 minutes. That's right. So back for our chorus, we're going to be playing the pattern as I mentioned, using the top bass and the bottom bass. And here, just like holding a D minor, but we're going to be holding it instead of with the index, we're going to be holding the the second string on the 3rd fret. See, it got me disorientated. And the middle badass finger on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, and a little bit of a stretch with this. You can do it with your index on the 2nd fret of your top bass, the 6th string, but I like to curl up, a little bit Clapton technique, and press with your thumb. For my classical guitarist friends, sorry, I know you don't like it. Moving to the G with the same pattern of the right hand on the top string. If you like, you don't need to put this hammer on. You can just change like that. I like to put 2 of my fingers of the A minor, and then just after I pluck, 2 times. Dust in the wind. One more time. And you start again. There you go. You have the whole complete song. You have intro, you have the basic chords for the singing part, and the chorus part. I hope this was helpful, and hopefully see you soon on my next video.